This game is 6-0. It's been a house of horrors, Arizona, for years for the Padres. This is not just the worst loss of the season. There is not a close second, obviously. And this makes opening day look like a walk in the park when you compare the two games. So you're up 6-0. Shawman, I don't know his exact pitch count through 6. I meant to look it up. He's, pushing 100? Maybe he's at 100. And you could argue you go to the bullpen right there, no question. Now, I will say this. Okay, you give him one batter. That's fine. But then, then he gets a second batter. Oh, he walks him. Then he gets a third batter in the 7th inning at 110 pitches or 108 pitches. He ropes a double down the left field line. That's where it all started. There's no way, and I've been very complimentary of Bob Melvin's managing. For me, he's got to take some accountability. I'm not saying publicly, but he has to take some level of accountability for this loss. I mean, that 7th inning, Shawman and I cannot get 3 batters in that spot. If it's the postseason, there's no way in hell that would ever happen. And this game needed to be treated like a game they needed to win. They had lost 2 consecutive games. So to get 3 batters there in the 7th inning, and then, Hill wasn't good. Garcia wasn't good. Rogers was good enough. He had some huge moments, but again, he hit a batter with the slider. There's times he can't command his slider. This bullpen, Jim, needs to be upgraded. I thought Bob Melvin did not do his best job tonight as Padres manager. And then the 9th inning's the 9th inning. I mean, 2 outs, nobody on to go single ground ball on the right side. Christian Walker, who's a very slow, plodding first baseman, is nowhere near going to be safe. Nowhere near going to be safe. And that's how you lose. I mean, it's as bad as they come in the big leagues.
Is Alfaro hurt now too?
See, I don't know. He got hurt. He was limping earlier, and then he stayed in the game and had a 3-run double after he got hurt, I think. So I don't know. Dude. Did he come out for defense? I would take that makes sense too. He had played eight innings. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, just looking at this here. I mean, you're right, dude. Garcia, Tim Hill, Rogers.
It's none of it was great.
No, and that's the thing is like they were great last week, and in this moment in time, without Manny, without Tatis, you need everybody to step up. And the bullpen has been a disaster.
The last couple of days, yes.
Last couple of days, yes.
Yep.
And then what's been even more of a disaster is his offense. But we kind of knew that, right? Like this is what to.
We can't blame the offense with Manny out. Right
this is what we expected. They score 6 runs, you win that game, every time. Now, the one thing I can talk about the offense is they haven't scored off opponent's bullpen in 18 plus innings.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's bad. Jake Cronenworth has now gone into a massive hybrid, massive freeze. Alex is doing the Jim Angry emoji.
Yes, I just added the Jim Angry emoji. We'll tell you about the membership coming up, but there's much more to get to.
I mean, really, you can break it all down. Like they were 2 for 8 with runners in the scoring position.
No, forget that.
But I just want to say, forget it. Like the 9th inning, or not the 9th inning. Yeah, the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th there.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was Hosmer doing? Now, I will say, hold on. Before you go off, because I know you're going to go off.
Yep.
You're going to go off. I will also say, watching it multiple times, even though Hosmer is a definite easy target here, and he has a huge amount of blame for this, I can't just sit here and not put any blame on Abrams either. I know he's a rookie. I get it. But, bro, how are you not at second base? Now,
fair.
Now, looking at it multiple times, if Hosmer, in that moment, you have to make a quick reaction, right? You see no one's at second, you immediately have to go to first, or at least check first. And if you look at it, Taylor Rogers is booking it to first. If Hosmer makes a quick turn, Walker's out by 5 feet. I don't know what the runner at third was doing, because the runner at first.
Oh, he's scoring. Once the throw's made, he's scoring, right? I mean, once the throw's made, he's scoring. If you don't get an out there, the game's over.
Correct. Now, you could also say, well, Hosmer took that ball away from Cronenworth. Cronenworth would have easily had that play.
That's interesting. I need to see that again.
Like if you look at it
It's such
again,
a slow rolling
it's
ball.
a slow rolling ball. But if Hosmer lets it go, and it's hard in that situation because he's positioned so far towards second base because of Walker, like it's instinct to just go for the ball. But if he didn't go for the ball and he let Cronenworth get it, that's probably the easiest out.
Watching it again.
It just didn't look good at all. And yeah, this is not good for Hosmer, not good for the defense overall. I would be curious to see what Bob Melvin says and what's he gonna say on that play? Like whose fault?
Yeah, honestly, it's probably okay. To your point, and by the way, thank you for the supers. We're gonna get to all the supers. I mean, we're gonna have as many people in the chat tonight as we've ever had. As you make your way in, please subscribe. We have year-on content. Please consider the super. It's a great way to support this channel. Also, if you want to hit that join button down below, that's brand new. If you want to become a member, we'll tell you more about that coming up. And thank you for these supers. We'll get to this. Schmerick Schmoser saying that was a great catch by Hosmer, though. Wait, are we talking? There was a play in this game where Mazzara made a catch that Hosmer didn't, and Hosmer thought he had made a catch. Let me just say this. Honestly, it's probably as much on Abrams not being there, and that's why Hosmer froze for a second. He's thinking he's gotten out at second base. With all that being said, Jim, Abrams has like 20 games in the field in the big leagues in his career. Like, I'm not surprised at all that he's late to cover there. And Hosmer's got to know with Christian Walker running, forget about second. Yeah, I know your momentum's taking you to second, but you have forever. You can literally get up and make that throw to first and still have plenty of time. Or you can throw from your knees. To your point, I watched it again. I'm with you. I think Cronenworth circling there still gets Christian Walker. I think it would have been a closer play, but I do think ultimately he gets him. It's a bad play that will be recognized as the reason why the Padres lost this game. It's not, by the way. The game was 6-6. There's no guarantee they win the game, even if they make that play. They may or may not. The game was lost in front of that play, and I'm with you. I'm critical of Hosmer over Abrams. I do think Abrams has accountability and a good amount of accountability in that play.
Right.
But there's two things. I mentioned it earlier. Not only does Melvin stick with Minaya, he sticks with Luis Garcia for way too many batters. Listen to this, Jim, as you were eating sushi. Garcia comes on fine, 6-4 game, tying run at the plate in the 7th inning, one pitch, fly ball out, deep center field. Fine, out of it. One batter, one out.
Mm-hmm.
He starts the next inning, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, going single, walk, hit by pitch. And then Rogers comes on for a 6-out save in a 6-5 game with nobody out in the 8th inning and somehow hits a batter and then gets out of it 6-6. But if you're willing to go to Rogers for a 6-out save, why would you leave Garcia out there for 4 batters in the 8th inning? He only had to face 2 at the 3-batter minimum because he had faced the last batter of the 7th. He goes single walk, bye-bye. If you're willing to go to Rogers, you can't allow Garcia to face 2 more batters, and he just didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was poorly managed. I mean, I don't hate to say it because that's how I feel. It was a poorly managed game. It doesn't make him a bad manager.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him have a bad night, and that happens with all of us, in my opinion.
This is not the first time this year.
He sticks with his starters, man.
This is not the first time.
A lot of faith in his starters.
This is definitely not the first time this year we have talked about Bob Melvin's bullpen usage and like leaving guys in for too long and not bringing guys in, and I'm not going to say it's a problem because I don't think it is.
Neither am I.
But there are like blips here and there of situations like tonight where you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like what's going on here? And I feel like everyone sees it.
Yep.
Except for Bob Melvin at times.
Yeah, at times. I think maybe tonight there's a little bit of blind faith. I mean, Sean Manaea had allowed a hit in 6 innings, Jim. It's 6-0. So you got to remember the circumstance. It's easy with hindsight for me to say this. It's 6-0. He's allowed an infield hit that was hit 67 miles per hour. That's what he's allowed through 6 innings. But in the 7th inning, he's at 100 pitches. If the first batter reaches, good job. If the second batter reaches, good job. You can't get a third batter in the 7th inning. You just can't. In today's baseball, you can't. You just cannot. And it's part of the reason why the Padres didn't win this game. It's not the only reason why.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, thank you, Jared, for the super. Bob Melvin and our bullpen is trash. Deadline, please. Listen, I mean, keep it between the white lines. We're critical of Eric Hosmer's decision making.
Come on,
We're not critical of Eric Hosmer as a human being. We're not critical of Bob Melvin as a human being. Get a clue. So, yeah, I thought Bob Melvin poorly managed this game. I thought the bullpen was awful tonight. And I think the deadline is it's going to be addressed, some of this. I don't know what it is. I mean, the bullpen has to be addressed. I know that. And I know they're getting healthier, Jim, but some of the bullpen has to be addressed. It's not good enough. They're blowing leads. I mean, the last 2 nights, they're blowing multiple run leads.
I know. And we've talked about that. Like, remember when we were like, what do you want, a bat or a epic bullpen arm? And I chose bullpen.
Yeah, you
by
did.
the way.
You did.
Just for these instances alone. Because I think you bolster that bullpen to a level where you have 2 legit lockdown guys, makes life much easier. So I know everyone wants a bat, but I've been here since day one saying bullpen.
It's
just saying.
It's a combination. I mean, the bullpen honestly has been good. I mean, they had a 0.4 ERA for the first 6 games of the homestand. Then they were awful on Sunday, and they were awful on Tuesday. I mean, is it thin a little bit with some of the injuries? Probably. Tim Hill had been really good recently. He wasn't good tonight. There's a lot that goes into this. They should score more than 6 runs in this game. I mean, they had that 1 inning. You cannot lose when you score 6 runs off Zach Gallen. You can't. What a wasted, blown opportunity against a bad baseball team that now can easily sweep you tomorrow.
Hold on. Right now,
they don't have a terrible record. Not like last year.
They're only 3.5 up on the Giants.
Oh, dude! I mean, this thing's completely wide open. I mean, it's completely wide open.
Now, we did say you split with the D-backs here, and you take 2 of 4, and you split with the Dodgers. That's a good.
Yeah, but this ain't how you want to split.
I know. I get it. It's literally like
the worst loss ever.
It feels like the worst loss ever.
I mean, find a worse one in the last couple. I mean, we saw some bet with this. It's not worse than that. It's not.
No,
it's not worse than that.
6-0
lead is completely different.
I know. 6-0 lead.
I mean, what is it? The Emilio Pagan 5 home run game at Dodger Stadium during your collapse or whatever.
Was Chris Matt not available tonight?
Who's not available? They had a day off. I'm with you.
Wouldn't you think after what happened on Sunday, you want to get him out there ASAP to,
this
get
has
over
happened
that
twice, Jim. Do you remember the game? I forget where it was. Manai had a huge lead somewhere, 4 or 5 runs. They stuck with him for an inning.
Was it in Atlanta, right?
And they lost that game.
I think it might have been in Atlanta.
So it's like, this happened one time already. Sean Manai was 6 scoreless innings. I think if you go to the bullpen there, the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Even as bad as his bullpen was on Sunday. See, again, with all that knowledge, knowing that the bullpen sucked on Sunday, knowing that Manai has been good, if you're Bob Melvin, you're thinking, let me squeeze another out or 2 or 3 out of this guy. My bullpen, my 7th inning hasn't been great. My 8th inning is not a guarantee with Garcia. My 9th inning even. I mean, Taylor Rogers has been very good. Has he been elite? I think it's arguable.
Yeah, and just looking at this box score today, it's just, man, they only scored 6 runs in 1 inning.
It was a great inning.
Great inning. It's like one of the best innings of the year.
Nearly 8 runs. Voit flat out to the freaking wall in the corner to end the inning.
But I will say this now. Going back to Manny not going on the IL. Okay, well, what if Alfaro is hurt? You got Grisham dealing with some injury stuff. You got Voit dealing with some injury stuff. Now you've really shrunk your bench.
Well, if someone's actually hurt, someone will have to go on the IL. If Alfaro is really hurt, and I don't think he is because he stayed in the game.
I don't know, man.
No, he's not going to start tomorrow, I wouldn't think, 12:40 game. But maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. If it was defense.
What the fuck?
This was bad. Thank you again for these supers. Bob Melvin's not a saint. He has proof. Okay, is that proof because of the way he managed here tonight, potentially?
I mean,
thank you, guys. We see the stickers coming in. So thank you, Toby, for the super. We appreciate the supers as they roll in here tonight. Thank you for this one, Jared, who says Garcia doesn't need to face 2 in the 8th. Well, he doesn't need to. He could have left the game after the 7th.
Right.
But where do you go in the 8th?
Right.
So I had no problem with Garcia starting the 8th inning. There's no reason to think, and thank you for the super, Jared, and thank you for the membership. But there's no reason why Garcia wouldn't start the 8th inning. He's your 8th inning guy. They tried to stretch him into the 7th inning. He threw one pitch. So where would you turn in the 8th to start the inning? Not Taylor Rogers.
Like, I felt like it was a little bit brushed under the rug as far as the significance of the loss of Suarez.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
Like, that's a massive loss. Because now, am I hearing an echo? I'm hearing an echo.
Maybe. My place has a lot of,
I don't know. Is it on your, whatever. But, Suarez gets injured, and he's been great for this team, minus opening day. And now you got to bump up Garcia. You got to bump up Hill.
Right.
The Bill's been great, but still you got to bump him up. Hell, you got to even bring in Taylor Rogers to get out of situations in the 8th inning to try to do a 6-out save.
Dude, 6-out save with the score 6-5, bases loaded, nobody out.
So difficult.
Well, you're basically like, what are you even doing? I mean, what are the – and again, to his credit, he got out of it in a tie game. But, like, what are the odds you're going to win that game at that point? They're not great.
Not great at all, John.
They're not great. Let's get through these supers. Then we want to tell you about Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Michael, thank you for your super. Thank you guys for your support of this channel. Again, if you're a Padres fan, please subscribe. That's all we ask. We appreciate the supers as well. You can hit that $ down below. You can hit that join button down below if you want to become a member tonight as well. We just unveiled that earlier today. What a day for the membership, and what a day to unveil the Angry Jim emoji when Jim is going to lose.
Oh, dude. Put the if you want the Angry Jim emoji.
Yeah.
Join our channel as a member,
yes.
and you will get the Angry Jim emoji. I've seen it in the chat. Alex has put it in there, the Angry Jim emoji.
Made for nights like tonight.
Hold on. But for people that don't know what it looks like, should I give them a sneak peek, John?
Yeah, please.
All right, hold on. Okay. Secret emojis that you only get if you become a member.
Right.
And you join the channel. Hold on. All right, here we go.
Oh, look at you. Look at that. Look at he is mad.
That is what you'll get if you become a member of this channel, is an Angry Jim emoji. And you can spam the chat whenever this fucking team loses a 6-0 lead to the Arizona fucking Diamondbacks. You get the Angry Jim emoji.
Well said, man. Well said. All right, Michael, thank you for the super. He says, and I agree with Michael, Padres cannot wait until August 2nd to make a move. They need to make a move now. And I don't know if it's going to be now, but they cannot wait till August 2nd. Like, I hate to, I'm not saying it's deja vu all over again, but like they've accomplished nothing. They're 45-31. That's great, but there's nothing in the bag at 45-31. They have a lot of work to do, a lot of work. And they don't want to give up this start with poor play right now. They've lost 3 straight. The Dodgers are coming this weekend. You don't have Machado. You don't have Tatis. This thing can unravel quicker than you think it can, and it can happen very quickly.
We said, like, hey, this, this is the moment in time of the season, which Bob Melvin is here for this moment to make sure they do not go down the path of last year.
You're right.
Off to a not good start.
No, I mean, this 3-game losing streak, they should be 2-1 during these 3 games. Leading the Phillies at home, 5-2 with Yu Darvish on the mound, middle of the game. Okay, this is back-to-back really bad losses. Sunday I would call really bad. This is pathetic. I mean, this is an awful, awful loss that happens inevitably maybe one time over 162, but can't happen back-to-back games. It just can't. It just cannot. Yeah. Andrew, thank you for the super. He says we need to address outfield, bullpen, bench at deadline, and it is hard to disagree with that. Very hard.
Dude, it's this. There's nothing changes. Nothing is changing. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Andrew. But nothing is changing. Outfield, bullpen. That's it.
Bench.
That's it.
Well, I mean, this bench isn't exactly the 27 Yankees bench.
Oh, who did the 27 Yankees bench have on it? Like Mantle and Ruth at times?
No, I don't know.
They have Lou Gehrig sitting down there.
I mean,
at the end of the bench. Hey, Lou, You're
Like,
up.
what's your bench if you're fully healthy? Like Ha-Seong Kim and a backup catcher?
Sure.
Thank you, Andrew, for the super. Jesse, thank you for the super. He says he's to blame for this. Why, Jesse? Did you tweet game over? It's still not your fault.
Maybe. It's probably my fault.
It's more Jim who's on a date.
I'll take the blame for this one tonight, boys and girls. My fault.
And now this is fair, Jared. I see your point. I mean, Krizmat to start the 8th, or okay, that's fair. That's reasonable. You could say Krizmat's been better than Garcia. You know. Good talk.